Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. Today we're doing part of the new DC Next Level. We're doing Batwoman, number 1. Now this is brought to us by Greg Rucka and DaNi, I think is how it's pronounced. It's D-A-N-I as your artist. And we start here and we're in Greece. On what appears to be a mental health deal. We have a doctor who is examining our heroine, Kate, and she looks a lot worse for wear. Arms taped up, a scar across her face, and very upset, very depressed. And we're getting basically her version of the story of her last encounter with her sister, which was not necessarily a good thing. We go on to discover about her, twin sister dying when she was 12. And we have this really long deal. It's like, I can't do anything. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Not what we say, not what we do, not what you do, not what the list of different doctors or nurses do. None of it matters. We can't stop it. No one can. And she gets quite upset with him. And eventually is sent back to her room after we have yet another flashback leading up to the confrontation. She's fighting a bunch of goons. I was going to say, just at first glance, I wasn't enthusiastic about the art, but it really is appropriate for the mood of the story, so it really works with the story. And a lot of times, that's what I prefer. Like, this was a bright, chipper, crisp, but Jim Lee-style art. It wouldn't go with the tone of the story. And we find out when she confronted her sister had the go button on a fire pit, which would kill millions. And her sister asked this question, how do we fight the devil when the devil is real? Kate's response, with everything. And the two of them get into a knockdown drag out. Kate destroys the control that would start the fire pit. And the two of them fight until they dive, basically, if not dive, fall off a cliff together. And we don't actually see what happens at the end. But you kind of led to assume that because she's in here pouring her heart out in this mental institute, that there's a reason behind it. But as we're going on, it appears to all be being manipulated by people who are apparently of the cult of dark side in Greece. But not 100% sure, but this all may be a ruse by Kate, because suddenly this giant red bat symbol appears into the room and it has her come and get me. A little censorship word there. And to be continued. Really interesting. Doesn't really tell me for sure what's going on. Like I said, I do like the art really ties into the feel of the book, which is a big deal to me. Kate is a very interesting character. I really like it when she's written well. Her sister Alice is a great, foil for her, a very personal one. So and Rucka is a good writer. I've enjoyed majority of his work, not all, but the majority of his work. So it's an interesting start. I don't know enough about where it's going, but definitely interested in seeing how it's continued in issue 2. All the DC Next Level stuff, looks really good. I didn't really get to read all of it, but I just kind of skimmed Lobo and Deathstroke so far. I'll be reading them tomorrow. But both of those look very good also. So check it out. Take things to the next level. And I'll see you next week.